All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to week number 9. That is right, week number 9. That's 5, and that's 4, and that's 9 of your cultural heritage class, which is 9489. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin, and we are going to make this one pretty quick, because quite frankly, well, I think with everything that's going on in the world and everything that y'all have going on, I think that everybody is kind of just looking for a quick message, and then from there, just trying to, catch up on some work and then hit the spring break. And quite frankly, I don't blame you. These are scary times. These are uncertain times. Some of you were still young enough to be drafted, quite frankly, and for those of you who fall under that category, these are very scary times. And I just wish that there were better things going on. As of right now, I'm as somebody who's not into internet rumors, even I'm unsure as to what's going on with Benjamin Netanyahu right now. Things just seem very uncertain right now, and even some state governments, not United States, but like North Korea and some other countries, are questioning whether he is still alive and well. So it's some scary times, and so I know that really one thing that I want to do with this check-in video is just kind of say, you do have somebody that you can reach out to if you need to. By all means, first of all, if you have access to any sort of therapist or somebody you need to communicate with that person, please do. If you need somebody to just email and say, hey, I don't know what to think, you can email me. Now, I got a lot of emails right now, but I will make the time to respond to you as soon as I can. And so, yeah, if you just need to just, lay a burden on somebody, just say something to somebody. I unfortunately really can't take calls right now because of everything that I've got going on, but I would very much be willing to, email back and forth with you as I can, just to make sure that you all are okay and hanging in there, because these are very tough times. Anyway, we're going to do a quick state of the course update. I'm going to try to keep this one we're already at 2 minutes. I'm going to try to keep this one under 15 minutes because quite frankly, what I'm going to basically do is just tell you about some things that exist and just leave it at that. Because things are kind of weighing on me too right now, and I can tell from some of the things I'm seeing in the class that things are weighing on you all. So, first of all, clicking out of some of these things, your mini interviews are going to be due on March the 30th. I've had a couple of people email me about their mini interviews, and I will get back to you this week. I apologize for the delay. Been catching up on some other things. But yeah, we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. And also, yeah, spring break is next week. So starting on the 23rd, and I know that you all are going to be very happy about that. So as you're going to see from the syllabus here, as you're gonna see from the syllabus here, thank you. We This week's module is actually expanding 2 weeks. So the week 9 module goes from the 16th to the 29th, and that's because the week of the 23rd is going to be your spring break week. Okay, so yeah, by all means, take your time. If you need to spread things out over the course of the 2 weeks, by all means, go ahead and do so. But uh, yeah, just hang in there. That's all I can say is hang in there. You got 2 weeks to complete what's due this week. The discussion board prompt for this week is not due until whatever that day is. Let me check that really quick. Hold on. So week 9, there you go, due March the 30th. Okay, so yeah, again, take your time as you need to. Just take a breath and that sort of thing. Just take your time. There's not too much else to say. I did get caught up on the discussion boards. I was behind on those. I've been sick, but I am better now, and I'm gonna try to over the course of the next 2 weeks, I'm also gonna try to get caught up on your papers. There are other things going on. I've got ePortfolio and the 2 reference sections to create out as well. But I'm working. Please just know that I'm not being lazy or anything. When I fall behind, it's because other things are falling on me, be it advising. This is the time when things get busy with advising and admissions and ePortfolio, which those are some things that fall outside of my typical teaching duties that are still demanding a lot of time. So I appreciate your patience, but we're getting there. We're going to get there, guys. And yeah, that is pretty much it for state of the course update. Um, I will say that the week eight, the week eight, I mean, sorry, I think it was week seven actually. Let me check. I apologize for this. I hope you're speeding this video up because I'm probably just going to do a straight shot through this one. Yeah, week seven. The participation in the week seven discussion board prompt was low. And so what I need you all to know is even if I'm falling behind, you need to still go ahead and do your work for the week, okay? Um, so there's that. But, you know, again, if you're having some difficulties or something like that, just email me. But I don't want the participation to be as low as it was in week seven ever again. It was like 5 of you didn't really respond to that prompt or do your discussion board work that week. So I'm hoping to not have that many of you. When it's only 22 or 23 of you in the class, 5 is very noticeable. All right. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, just keep plugging at it. It looks like things kind of rebounded with participation in week 8. At least that's what I'm seeing initially, and hopefully that is the case. And in week 9, this is a very important topic. Well, I wouldn't say one of the most important topics, but it's certainly a topic that a lot of my students take a lot of interest in, especially if they're into genealogy and that sort of thing. So be aware of what's going on next week. This week, and know again that you have 2 weeks really to complete it, because if you want to, you can work through that on during spring break. Okay. And aside from that, that's it for the state of the course update. And really from here, I'm just going to show you just something. I'm going to show you the Missouri America 250th anniversary thing. And I'm going to encourage you, if you're not based in Missouri and don't live in Missouri, to find what there is out there for your state, which will probably only take a simple Google search, okay? So, for those of you who, I think everybody already knows this, but for those of you who don't know, the country turns 250 years old on July the 4th of 2026, because of July 4th, 1776 being when we declared our independence. So that's what we're calling our birthday. You can get into the nuances of when the country actually started and that sort of thing, but I'm just going to go with the narrative. And unfortunately, I am going to admit I'm not a particular fan of the current president and the current administration. That's no offense to anybody who is, but I'm just not. So I do wish that we had somebody else that we were celebrating our heritage under this 250th birthday. I wish we were celebrating it under a different president, but we have who we have, and it is what it is. But having said that, so a lot of the states, I'm not sure if it's all states, but a lot of the states do have an actual state website dedicated to what the state is going to be doing for Show Me America. I mean, not for Show Me America, that we are the Show Me state here, so that's why we have that. But what they're doing for America's 250th anniversary, you do have websites like this for a lot of the various states. Okay, so hopefully all of them, hopefully all 50, but if not, I do know that most of them do. So I would encourage you all to kind of look at, because this is the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of us are probably never going to see this again. As far as this type of milestone, a 50th, every 50 years, that's a big milestone. So 50, 100, 150, 200. And some would even say 250 is like probably the biggest milestone since 100. Because you go 100, 250, 500, that's that sort of thing, 750, 1,000. You all know what I'm saying. So having said that, we probably won't see anything this large commemorating the country again. This is like, as far as milestone birthdays, I certainly won't. And some of you are younger than me, and so you may make it to the 300th birthday, but I probably will not. Just to be quite honest with you, I don't think I'll be alive 50 years from now. But there's a lot going on, and there are events and things to celebrate. So, if you're looking for events, there are ways to submit events on a lot of these state websites. Again, I've got Missouri pulled up, but you can find through Google, you can find your own state and that sort of thing. And yeah, I would just encourage everyone this summer to make some time to commemorate what's going on with our country right now. Now, there are a couple of other things that I wanted to dive into really quick. I'm going to link this in the announcement as well. So this is the National Park Service does also have an America's 250th anniversary site devoted to it, and I'm going to post that. And then also, well, this is Kansas. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is what I was looking for right here. America250.org. This is also something that you can get some information about, some initiatives, different resources and that sort of thing. And so I would, again, just encourage you all to be aware of this and please do something. Again, this is even with how the world looks right now, and even with, I would say that we have incompetent leadership in charge, but regardless of who's in charge, we still got, this is still our home, and we have had bad leadership before, and I think that we're going to survive this just like we survived the bad leadership that we've had in the past. And if you do think that Trump is a good leader, please don't chew me out or anything. We just have a difference of opinion, that's all. But yeah, so I'll link these three websites, the one for Missouri, the one for the National Park Service, and then the one for the overall America250.org. And yes, please be encouraged to find what's going on in your state or what's going on locally, and please celebrate this, folks. This is a big deal. This country is not blameless by any means. We all know this. I am the descendant of American slaves, okay? My ancestors were enslaved in Virginia and in the Carolinas. And then they lived through Jim Crow and were sharecroppers and all the things. And it's there's a horrific legacy there, but it's still a legacy that I have some strong feelings about. And I will say that my ancestors helped build this country, and that's a big deal. Okay. And your ancestors probably helped build this country as well, or even if you are like a first generation or an immigrant yourself or something like that, you're helping be part of the story that's written of this country right now, because the things that you all do are going to contribute to the things that generations after us appreciate. And by the way, if you are American Indian or Indigenous Native American, I do understand how all of this might make you feel as well, and how there's a totally different thing going on for you. And for that, I can say I don't really know how you feel, but I still empathize, or I should say I sympathize with the mixed feelings that you probably have as we enter this 250th anniversary. But I do hope and pray that that there are brighter days for the Native American people as well, hopefully including compensation for what was lost, if not the return of these lands and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a heavy time, and I get it. And all of you are in my thoughts, and I'm rooting for all of you to do well. So I'll just leave it at that. And yeah, we will see you with a check-in video, not next week, but when we come back for spring break. Until then, take care. I am Dr. Jace, and man, it's been 250 years of this place.